Hi, my name is Scott McGurn. Welcome back. We're doing a multi-part series on sex and marriage, and this is number 6, and going to try again to wrap it up, but we'll see. This is such a huge topic, it keeps getting bigger and bigger as we go along. Now, today we're going to focus on what should your wedding day mean to you. What should your wedding day mean to you? Not what it should mean to somebody else. What should it mean? What should it truly mean to you? I think if we can contemplate that, if I can contemplate what should my wedding day truly mean to me as a person, as a human being, as an eternal being on my human journey, what should this wedding day mean to me? Okay, now I got a couple ideas here. What should it mean to me? Well, if it's my wedding day, I should see the bride as the right person. If somebody is contemplating their divorce on their wedding day, that's not a good thing. I should be thinking, this is the right person. I will be faithful and good to this person. I should at least have that thought in my head. This is the right person. I'm going to be faithful and good to this person. Okay? If I, as a human being, if I swear to love, honor, and protect her, well, I can only do so within the limitations of my humanity, but I can also do so with good intentions. I mean, a soldier who charges the wire, okay, he's running across the battlefield, he doesn't know anything at all about what will happen. He does his best, and that's it. Nothing less and nothing more could be asked of any man. If you're a soldier and you're willing to run across the battlefield and live or die, win or lose, because that's the best you can do, couldn't you do at least that much? Or have the intention to do at least that much on your wedding day? That you can actually do your best? You know, you can love, honor, and protect her within the limitations of your humanity, just like a soldier running across the battlefield. He's doing it within the limitations of his humanity, but he's giving it his shot. He's giving it his best shot. What choice does he have? He's going to do it. Doing the same, doing at least that much on your wedding day, having that in your head, I think that's a good thing. I mean, you know, it's hard doing these videos. I've gone to a lot of bad weddings. I tell you, I really don't like weddings, and I have to tell you why, okay? I would like a wedding to be something honest. You know, I would like it to be something other than a celebration of hypocrisy. I really would. What does the ego say? If you ask the ego, what do you want your wedding day to mean to you? Well, the ego can answer that right away. To the ego, it's like, I want this to be a big show, a demonstration that I'm better than everybody else. My wedding's bigger, it costs more. My wife's better looking than your wife, buddy. This wedding is great, free booze for everybody. This is demonstrating to all of you that I am a major player. I'm a young guy, but I'm going to win in the arena of life. I'm going to defeat everybody else, and this is all part of the plan. So I'm letting you know what I'm all about. This is what the ego wants to achieve from his wedding day, all right? Let's juxtapose that against something else. What if you instead wanted to do something spiritual? What if you wanted to have a minimalistic wedding? I'll tell you what I would do. If I didn't have a big plan for having friends and family involved, and you really don't need to, I would do it out in the forest. I would go out into the forest. I would find a beautiful meadow. I would find a beautiful meadow, me and my bride. I would pray. I would establish that this is where we're going to have our marriage. I would give context to it, make sure God, myself, the bride, we're all on the same page. We're together, we're in the meadow, we exchange vows or whatever it is we want to do, and then we make love right there in the meadow, consummate the marriage, and we're done. Didn't cost 2 cents. Do it in a national forest. Now, if you want to have your friends and family involved, okay, now I know there's a legal aspect to this, and I'll get to that too. Now, here in North America, you can have anybody you want perform a marriage. It can be a dad, it can be a friend, anybody. Like in Canada, you just go to the Provincial Department of Vital Statistics. I don't know what you call that in the United States, whether it's a state level or federal, I don't know. Maybe it's federal, but you go through Vital Statistics. What they do is, I think it's free. I think it's free here. Anyways, they will give whomever you want a license to perform marriages for 1 day in one place. They'll give you that, okay? You still need to get a marriage license. You present that license to the person you've chosen to conduct the marriage. You give them that on the wedding day. The person performing the marriage receives the documents from Vital Statistics, which is very simple. You and the bride, you sign that. He or she puts it together with the marriage license, sends it back to Vital Statistics. You don't even have to be able to read and write in order to perform a marriage anywhere. And it can be anybody. It's very easy. It doesn't have to cost you 1 cent. You can do this in a friend's home. You can have a beautiful marriage in a friend's home. It doesn't cost you a penny. You know, now I say it doesn't cost you a penny. A lot of people these days get married because they want something called the package. Now the package is you go out and you borrow a ton of money from the bank and you buy a new house, and the bank will let you extend the loan to cover a brand new automobile. So let's say you're spending $500,000 on the new home, and they tell you, hey, look, you know, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to get a new car and pay it through the mortgage because you're paying, you know, 2% interest over 30 years. So you end up getting $60,000. So $560,000 is your principal. You get a new house. You get a brand new car. That's called the package. And a lot of people get married because they want the package. Okay, you're going to be spending more than $1 million in interest over the 30 years, and that's why the bank thinks it's a good idea. But you don't have to do that. A lot of couples go out and spend $100,000 or $50,000 that they really don't have, but they'll borrow it and they'll spend it on the wedding. Okay, again, so the ego can show its or demonstrate its superiority. I'm better than you. Look at me. My brother's wedding cost 50 grand. This cost me 120. I'm better than him. And this is what the ego is all about. The ego is all about comparison. So let me get into some more details. Okay, you can have a minimalistic wedding. You can have whomever you want, somebody you actually respect, performing the marriage. You can do it any way you want, and it's all legal. Everything about it is legal, okay? You can do it in any tradition that you want. It really doesn't make any difference, okay? The bride, for goodness sakes, let the bride look good, okay? Now, if you're a Muslim and your daughter has never been seen by a man, I can understand you want to let her have the cocoon-style wedding dress, because that's the life she's lived. She's wearing a cocoon because she's never been seen before by a man, and that goes until her wedding day. I get that, okay? But if she is from modern society, she's slept with 10 different people, she's been living with the groom for 2 years, do you really think that having her wearing a cocoon wedding dress is representative of who she is? I mean, it reeks with hypocrisy. It makes me want to vomit when I see that stuff, okay? Try to make the wedding at least somewhat real, okay? Have the bride and groom dress in a way that is representative of who they are. Let her dress in a way that she looks good, feels good about herself, and it's who she is. If she was going out in the town to have a great time, that's how she should be dressed on her wedding day. Don't make the groom rent a tuxedo. If he's going to wear a tuxedo once in his life, for God's sakes, don't let it be on his wedding day. Unless he is a game show host, do not have him wear a tuxedo on his wedding day. Have him wear something representative of who he is. Or take it to an artistic level where because this is an ancient thing, marriage, he could be dressed like a caveman or an ancient slave or something so simple, okay? I've often said to women, watch I recommend a music video. If you watch the music video by the band Roxette, the song is called Listen to Your Heart. It's the one that begins with a long bridge. It's a performance video, and you'll see the lead singer, female, wearing a simple black dress. She has no shoes on, very little makeup, almost no jewelry at all, and she is stunning, drop-dead, gorgeous, out of this world. If that little black dress was white, she had a few little flowers in her hair, that would be a flawless wedding dress. You can check it out. We can even put the link beneath. That would be an example. Now, if the guy's in the military, or if he drives a bus or wears any kind of uniform and he feels like he's a slave in a rat race, well, you know what? We're all kind of slaves to something as long as we're stuck in this world, trapped in the ego. Let him wear his uniform. Let him wear whatever it is that is representative of who he is. If he spent his life in a pair of jeans and a t-shirt, that is what he should wear on his wedding day. Okay? Let people be who they are. Let them feel good about themselves. Don't spend $100,000 on the wedding. If you want to have a big reception, but you don't have any money, what you can do is find a mom and pop owned pizzeria. You don't have to rent the place out for the day. In fact, tell them, look, all our family and friends, they're all going to come. Everybody's going to pay their own way. But you're going to make a ton of money because they're all going to be here. We want to party late into the night. Maybe you could keep the place open a little longer. That pizzeria is going to make more money than they did all week. They're going to have a great evening. You're going to have the best party you've ever had in your life. And it's not going to cost you 1 cent because everybody who comes pays for their own pizza and booze. The restaurant owners, mom and pop, they're loving it. They'd like to do this every night because they just made more money than they would normally make in several days. So you don't have to spend 1 cent on a wedding. You don't have to try to be someone other than who you are. Don't try to make your wedding day the most fake, hypocritical thing that anybody's ever seen. Everybody else has that as a goal. Let them do that at their wedding. Make yours something sincere and something real that you can feel good about for the rest of your life. Okay? That is my recommendation. That is what you should be doing on your wedding day. Now, I don't know yet if we're going to do another video. I tell you, this series has been so hard, I wouldn't be surprised if we end up doing another one. Anyway, thank you for your time. If you feel that the values shared in this are useful to somebody else, please subscribe, please share this, pass the word. God bless you and yours, and thank you for your time.